Good morning, gladiators. It is Tuesday, September 15th. All right, so let's get started. Okay, we're going to log in. Remember, we're looking at the gray folder now, and it's going to be the first folder that you see, week September 14th through the 18th. And we're looking at Tuesday's assignment. Okay. Today, we're going to be learning about types of government. So we have two types. There are limited and unlimited government. So what I would like for you to do on your own is first you're going to read this slide. Okay, you can open it. Once you open it, it should be easier to read. The most important part is reading this part, the forms of government. Okay, so you'll be asked a certain question about, what is a form of government? Okay. So how does government affect the way of life? So the best way to answer that is that governments are all different, right? Not everyone has the exact same type of government. We're lucky that in our country we are a republic, so we have a democracy, which is a type of government that's run by the people. It's not a direct democracy. There's two different types. There's a democracy, where the republic democracy, right, where we have representative. We're not just a democracy, we're a representative democracy. And then you have other countries that are either a monarchy, where they have a king or a queen, a dictatorship, where this is a form of government with someone who has absolute power, they have total power. Okay. That could also fall the same as a totalitarian. And then we're going to talk a little bit about theocracy. So we do have some countries that have theocracy. So let's learn a little bit about it, and we'll learn as we go along. So today's objective, you'll be able to identify and give examples of governments with rule by one, few or many. So you're going to see as we're going through that some countries have where we have rule by one, rule by few, or rule by many, right? Think of us. We have representatives. We have the executive branch, who you have your president, your vice president, and then you have his cabinet members. Then you have the legislative branch, where you have your House of Representatives and your senators, and then your judicial branch, and these are your supreme justices, right? And we will learn about them a lot as we go through the school year. So there's various types of government. I'm going to skip through this part because this is what we're going to be talking about in class. All right. So limited government means that there are rules and restrictions. So here that means that they're limited to what they can do. Okay. They just can't tell you, I want you to, I don't know, run 100 times around the campus. And the government, I'm the president and I'm telling you to do that. Well, he can't do that, right? He can't tell us to run 100 times around the campuses. He is limited to what type of power he has. And that is because he is elected, right? We are a republic democracy. And we will continue to learn that as we go through the class this week. Okay, so limited government means that everyone, including the leader, must obey the laws. So just because he's the president doesn't mean that he does not have to follow the laws. And that rule applies to people in the legislative branch and people in the judicial branch as well. Okay, and what protects us are the Constitution. These are laws that limit the power of the leaders, and they can't take advantage of that. So everyone, not just me, not just you, not just your parents, everyone in the United States has to obey the laws. That is part of an agreement that we have as being citizens of the United States. And we have this thing called the Constitution. And we're going to learn so much about this amazing document. Okay, so what types of leaders might be examples of limited government? So there's several. So obviously the government where the people have the power. So that would be me. Miss Martinez can't be here, and she can't be at the Hill, right? She can't be the president, the vice president, the House of Representative, a senator, or even a master judge, right? A supreme judge. So she elects people other than the judicial branch. She elects people to run the government for her, and holds that the people in government will do what they have to do based on what's right for the people, right? And she knows that the judicial branch is also going to protect the people, because any laws that are passed have to be constitutional. And we're going to learn so much about that. Okay, so again, everyone must obey those laws, and that is because we have a constitution that limits the power. So this would be an example. Here you have the White House, you have a police officer, you have the judicial branch, justice. Everyone has to follow the laws. An ex-president, and everyone in the United States have to follow the laws. It doesn't matter where you live, you have to obey those laws. Even Mexico, the United Kingdom, Japan, and India, they also have a limited government. Then you have an unlimited government. So this means that you can have as much as you want. Unlimited means you can do as much as you want. For example, if your parents said, "All right, you can play video games all day long. You don't have to do homework. You don't have to do work at any chores." That means that they're giving you the unlimited amount of for you just to play video games, right? You can play video games as much as you want because they didn't limit the time that you have or the time that you can play games. So unlimited government is the same way. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want. Okay? So think from the point of view of the ruler only, not the citizen. So it's all about the ruler only, never about the people. Okay? So what does it mean if you're allowed to have unlimited refills of a drink at a restaurant? So that means that you can get as many drinks as you want, right? You can just keep drinking and drinking and drinking till you're full, till you just don't want any more. Okay. What does it mean you can get on a carnival ride as many times as you would like? That would also mean that you can continue get on that carnival ride as much as you want, right? You have an unlimited amount. So unlimited means that you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, right? And the same applies to the politicians or the leaders that are involved in these countries. So let's look at those. Okay, so we know that it's ruled by one person or a group with total power. The authority of the leader has no limits. They can do whatever they want. So if you look at this picture, something flying in front of me, you can see where it's a person and you have someone pointing at them, right? Obviously, they lower their head because they have to listen to whoever the leader is, right? And look at this picture. Look at how there's X's, right? X's on the face, X's on the mouth. They're not seeing them as people. They can't even speak up. They don't have a voice. Okay? And then you have this one. Look at how this leader has his arms up and people are just listening. He has the authority to do whatever he wants. You have the military who's standing erect, right? Just listening to him. Okay? All these are also known as non-democratic countries. So everyone has to follow those strict laws. Something flying in here. So unlimited government is ruled by one person or a group with total power. Again, there is no limits on their authority. As you can see here, it could be an absolute monarchy. Okay. Saudi Arabia, Cuba, Adolf Hitler, and North Korea. Those are some examples of unlimited government. We hear a lot, for a while there, we would hear a lot about Cuba, but we definitely do hear a lot about Saudi Arabia and North Korea. And we could think about real world scenarios because we're constantly hearing about these things. So we'll talk about a lot about them over the next few months. Okay. All right. So this is what you have to do today. And we're going to extend this thinking tomorrow. So I don't want to overwhelm you with government because government can be pretty heavy. So you're going to click on your assignment, limited and unlimited government. And then what you're going to have to do today is you're going to use the slides that we just went over. And you're going to drag and drop the tiles, or you can actually type them. Okay. So you're going to be provided with several scenarios. These are the scenarios. Think about what I just told you. And at that point, you can decide whether you want to put limited or unlimited in these tiles. All right. You have 3 limited and you have 3 unlimited. So if you can't drag and drop it, then type it in the tile. Okay. Here's another one. Here, I can't tell you how many limited and how many unlimited. Okay. But think about it. If you have rights, if you have laws, if the people have a say, that's going to be limited. If there is no say for the people, that's going to be unlimited. All right, here's another one. Okay, take your time, review your work. When you're done, submit it into Schoology. I know you'll do well, but if you have any questions, we can talk about it in Zoom. All right, my angels, have a great day.